Can you show us a little example? Man, and this is such an old school thing, but I've seen you do this so well. Can you give us like the volume and tone thing, how you do the multiple sounds off of a Les Paul or an SG, something with, how you get the rhythm and the...
Well, there's a bunch of, I'll give you the 30-second version. Okay, so you have, front pickup, front tone.
Yep.
Okay. Middle. Now, these are sympathetic to each other. So now, a lot of times, if I want a solo on a bridge pickup sound that is in a bright room, I don't go to the bridge pickup. I keep it in the middle, and I roll the bass pickup down.
Oh wow, okay.
So now if you roll the bass pickup, and that's not as brighter, but it's not as bright as this. See how pokey that is? That's just straight there. Now you can also roll the tone down to 5. But I actually kind of like keeping the capacitance all the way up and then just blending. So now to the listener, it doesn't sound much different. Yes, you're correct. It doesn't sound a lot different, but I can tell you this. What I feel under my hands and on the pick feels weightier than just the sonic difference. So it's like, and it's that high end switch between your wound strings and your unwound string. So I like to keep that really not too obvious, because a lot of times it's like wound string sing. Hear how much more pokier that is? But hear how much more tempered and even that is?
Yes.
And that's all just by rolling the volume down.
Yeah, that's amazing, because that just sounded like 4 to 5 different things.
And conversely, if you want to do that, if you're like a bass pickup guy, so both volumes all the way up, you can roll your treble pickup down. And when I play live, it is nothing but just a series of events. I probably use the volume and tone pots 100 times in an evening. It's just just a subconscious, natural thing that I do. It's like, oh, I'm not hearing exactly what I want to hear in here. Well, then this thing starts happening.
Okay.
And that's before I go to the floor. That's before I go to the amp. That's before I go to any of that.
Got it.
It's all coming from here. Now, conversely, or not conversely, but so say you want to roll a little treble off a bright bridge pickup on a Les Paul, okay? There's no rule that says that this knob has to be on 10 when you solo. Hear the difference just in the buzz?
Yes. Yeah.
So now if I roll it down to 8, it's a little more articulate. It's just as loud. It's just a little bit more articulate.
I hear that.
And sometimes it's just a subtle twist. And all of that translates out the front, and it's especially when you're doing the whittlies up here.
Yes.
It's not peeling paint and it's not taking people's head off. It's all about the whittlies. It's like when you go to the whittlies.
People in the first 3 rows where you're like, is anyone having a...
Obviously, I use baffles. I use 7 amps on stage, but they're all baffled. But, but it's just the way, it's like sometimes if it's too pokey, then you gotta unpoke it, and then sometimes if it's too dark, you gotta know how to sting it, and you have to read the room. It's all part of your gig is to know when to use this as a weapon and to know when to use this as something that creates like a very vocal-esque type of sound.
Yeah.